This live stream of episode number 5 of the number 1 home purchase experience shortly. We're just trying to get situated with the second camera. It's having some zooming, auto zoom difficulties. Let's go back.
Just a little bit.
Right here?
Yep.
All right. I think that'll be good. If you can hear me fine, let me know, because we have a new mic that we're using too. Like I said before, this is all a learning experience for us. Every time we're trying to get a little bit better and better, trying to increase that viewership and hopefully make it entertaining for you guys to engage. And for anyone that lives in Phoenix, in Arizona specifically, if you share this video, it helps out a lot. Because like I was explaining to someone else the other day, I've had really good results with the live stream, and only about 10% of my viewership is even from Arizona.
It's everybody else from other places.
Yeah, so I tell people that actually live in Arizona, if I'm getting this much success with this channel, imagine how yours can look when your network is 80 to 90% local.
I hear you.
Does that make sense? I think that makes sense.
It makes sense. I think they got the gist of it.
All
Sorry about my camera. My camera's not. We have some technical difficulties. I think I might have to get an iPhone.
Oh, it is adjusting. I see it.
Yeah.
So, all of Luis's fans, just bear with us. It's not that big of a deal if you think about it.
That's fine. All right, we'll leave it.
Yeah, it could be worse. We could be doing no video.
True that.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm here with my partner Luis, and you've seen us do these videos weekly now. And for today's purposes, we're talking about one of the biggest obstacles that not just Hispanics have, everyone has.
Everyone.
The down payment. Aside from that, we will also be touching on the Hispanic market, the state of the Hispanic market, just because that's the market that we service, and we got a new industry report that came out. And right off the bat, we know that the biggest homeownership group, the biggest group that's buying out there right now are the millennials and the Hispanics. And guess what we happen to be?
Both.
Right? So it behooves us to touch on these points, to talk about them so that you know, so that you can share it. Because I know somebody out there, you either know a millennial or you know someone that's bilingual or Spanish speaking that could use our help or use the information on this show.
Exactly.
Right?
Couldn't agree more.
So everybody that's joined in so far, thank you for joining. We'll give it about another minute for it to update and let everybody know that the channel's live. And hopefully we get good engagement this week. And like I said, please share it. Share it, like it, comment. The more you engage with it, the better results we get and the better we get in general.
Yeah, and the more thankful we are for you doing that.
Yes. Any news updates on your end?
Still, the market's still hot. Still a seller's market. But overall, I think it's still a good market. I mean, if you're gonna buy, I was actually helping someone to look for a rental, and you can't find anything good for like $1,100 a month.
Really? In Phoenix?
Yeah.
General Phoenix area?
Like Tolleson, Phoenix, Avondale. You got over 1,100.
1,100?
Yeah.
And which is what? A mortgage payment.
Basically.
Yeah. Why pay somebody else's mortgage when you can pay your own? For $1,100 between us and the viewership that we got right now, I pay $1,200 a month for my mortgage.
Yeah.
I got a 4-bedroom house.
There you go. See.
Perfect example.
Yeah. So I mean, it's if you're looking to rent a house or to buy a house, I mean, the obvious option to me is to buy a house.
But some people don't necessarily want to take that step, right? They're scared to take that step.
I think that's what it is. I think they're scared that the houses are gonna go down and they bought right now. And they're I missed out on that. Mm-hmm. You know, I bought it at a higher price. But I don't see them going down like they did in 2008 and 9 and so forth.
Right.
So they might balance. I think it's going to balance out, but I don't think it's going to go to that extent.
Got you. There is some general concern, but usually the issue that we see with people that are renting, and there's nothing wrong with renting.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. It's wherever you're at, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone has their own personal situations where, like, you know, I need a rent for this. That's fine.
Yeah.
But when you're ready to buy, be ready.
Exactly. Here's the thing about renting, though. At one point, it is an inconvenience. I don't care who you are.
Right.
It's an inconvenience for your pocket. And what I mean by that is that you're investing in somebody else's property when you can be investing in your own family, and your own family wealth, and in your own property for the price of a mortgage. Like you said, $1,100. I pay $1,200 for my house, and it's not a tiny house. It was an investment thing. I'm not trying to brag or anything. I'm just saying that if I can do it, you can do it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
With that being said, Brian Rogerson tuning in. Thank you, sir, for tuning in. everybody else tuning in, whether you're my family, friend, local Phoenix friend that I met in the last 2 years, any of my Gracie Baja family joining in, thank you guys. And like we mentioned earlier, like, comment, share, especially if you're here in Phoenix, so I can get out there. Excuse me for my voice today, but might be getting a little sick. Hopefully not. But last 2 episodes ago was our most popular episode on 30 fix your credit in
30 days.
In 30 days, right?
Yeah.
And we had a guide for that. Since then, it's been very popular, and people have been asking for that guide through messaging, through email, through text, and I'm sending that guide out all kinds. So what we did is we came up with another guide, not just on credit, on the importance of credit, but this was actually shared by one of our teammates here at Wallach & Volk on one of the highest producing teams, and it's titled, check this out, bye. Check this out. It's called The Lowdown on Low Down.
That's kind of cool. I like the name. It's really
right?
catchy.
It's catchy.
Right, yeah.
The Lowdown. And that's when I knew instantly when I saw that go out, and it was actually Brian Rogerson, if you're watching. He actually sent it out company-wide or in the Arizona region because it was good information, right?
Nice.
And it's what's important. It's what people need to get into home ownership these days, especially those first-time home buyers, people that are our age, you know, in their early 20s. I know some of you cats are way more well put together. I know people that get houses when they're 20, 19 years old.
Good for them,
Yeah,
right?
good for them. Good for them.
That's good.
Ahead of your time. So what we did is that new guide was put out. I have that in front of me right now. And like I said, it's titled The Lowdown on Lowdown, so that we can talk about low down payment options here in Arizona. Some of these apply to the whole country. And remember, every state, for the most part, has their own type of down payment assistance.
Correct.
And there are eligibility requirements. And we've had multiple buyers, clients, people come to us for these programs.
Yes, for these programs. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which has changed this year, though.
It has changed this year.
And I think we talked about that the first time we were live.
Was it the first episode?
I thought so.
Uh-huh. This is
The first or the second one, right?
This is a good way to get people to go back to our
I know.
episode.
Go back to the first one.
Go back to episode 1, and we talk about it there.
Yes.
But for today's purposes, there's 4 programs specifically that we're going to talk about. One is not so much down payment assistance. It's just a huge benefit. It's a way that everyone gives back so that these individuals can get into a home, and that's with the VA benefit.
Mm-hmm.
And those of you that are in the armed forces that have served know what I'm talking about. Once you do a specific required amount of time in the armed forces, you do get this VA benefit that you could use for your home. For the most part, when somebody comes to me to buy a home and they're using that VA benefit, it's not the first time to hear about it, right?
Right, yeah.
So
it's a good program for them. I'm really glad
Yeah,
that there is that program for them, to be honest.
And it's for that specific group of people, which won't be the audience of today, but I felt like touching on it just so that you guys know that it is out there, it is a thing, and we do those kinds of transactions.
Yep.
For everyone else that hasn't served in the armed forces, there are 3 programs that we will be talking about today. One of them is 2 different loan programs under the same umbrella, and that is the Home Plus program, which is a program that we've used together for the same borrower to get them into a home. And the Home Plus program is a program specific to the state of Arizona that helps buyers get into the home with a grant. Now, Luis mentioned that program, some of the details have changed in 2018. And the biggest detail is that now there is a requirement where you have to stay in the property for a minimum of 3 years.
Yep.
And the reason for that is they're giving you that waiting period so that you don't get out of that transaction, that loan. But after those 3 years, you can sell the property or refinance without having to repay that money.
Yep.
Right? So if you ask me, 3 years in a home,
it's not that big. It's
not that bad.
not a long time, right? I mean,
Right.
it's 3 years. They'll go by really quick, and I don't see anyone buying a home and moving out the next year.
right?
Right. So
And
I think it's fine.
It's the cost to get your foot in the door to home ownership.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, paying a couple of $100 out of your pocket, in some cases, I know people that have paid nothing out of pocket. Every case is different. Some people will have to come a little bit out of pocket even when the transaction's over. It's still good. You get into a home for a couple $100.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot less. You use the program, a couple $100, and the grant pays thousands of dollars. So a couple $100 to a few thousand, I think that's really well.
Oh, I have to stop right here.
Yeah.
Lolo, thank you for reminding me. I want to announce that, was it last week's episode? We were giving out a prize, and I told Lolo that we will give her a shout out this week. Lolo, you were selected as last week's winner for the prize
Awesome.
because
Congrats.
you yourself, we have a lot to thank her for.
Yeah.
She shares our stuff.
Nice.
She comments on it. She's even corrected us when we're wrong.
Oh, is she here? Or where is
No, she's out here in Phoenix, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you very much.
Thank you for interacting
Yes.
with us. And the prize you won is a Fender Play card. 6 months Fender Play. You could use it to learn how to play the guitar. You know, everybody, my audience knows that I'm big on the guitar.
Yes.
So I like
saw
this
that.
particular prize. And I'll get this to you. So a 6 month prepaid card, and you can redeem your code at fender.com/redeem. And hopefully somebody in your family or you yourself wants to learn how to play the guitar. So that's it right
Nice.
there. And we'll get that out to you, Lolo. Thank you. Thank you very much. And going off on that, sorry, 1 second. My voice is going on me. If you like, share, and comment this live stream, you will be eligible to win a prize. We're getting better at actually getting the prize beforehand. I know that for this week's prize, it's a gift card to a company that starts with an A, ends with a Zon. I'll let you figure that one out. And thank you, Lolo. I see that you're awesome. You rock. Okay. And let me see if anybody had any questions real quick. What if I buy and then I can't sell right away? My question
What
is,
would be the reason to buy and then sell?
why would you want to sell right away?
Right.
Let us know.
Yeah, that's an interesting question.
Yeah. I really do love all this advice. It's good to hear. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yes, but why pay someone else mortgage when I can't invest in my future? Exactly, and that's the point that we were making earlier. Like we mentioned, $1,100 for rent. Why do that when people like Adrian pay $1,200 for a house?
There you go.
It doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
I think that covers it for questions on my end.
Yeah, I don't have anything on mine, but Mark Paris, my broker, actually also mentioned the benefits of owning a house is tax advantages.
Correct.
I don't know why we missed that one, but thanks, Mark.
That's going to be
letting us
episode
know.
number 6. Mark, can we bring you in for episode number 6 and you could go into detail about the tax advantages
Yeah.
and home ownership, writing off that interest
Yeah.
and things of that nature. I won't get too much into tax because I don't want to
I'm
get
not a
myself
tax
in
guy
trouble.
either,
Exactly.
so hey, yeah. But yeah.
So we talked about the FHA Conventional Home Plus program. Know that it's out there, guys. And we're going to go over some quick eligibility requirements just so you can start thinking if you're eligible for this program. And again, if you want this guide, email me, message me on Facebook. Some of you have my number. Or Luis, you can follow him at his page. It's Luis Gonzalez Realtor, right?
Yes, Instagram.
That's your Instagram.
Yes.
And on Facebook, it's just
West
Luis
Valley
Gonzalez.
Homes.
West Valley Homes.
West Valley Homes.
So
Well, I have my
get
personal page. Please, you can go ahead and like that one or follow me on there. But I also have my West Valley Homes page. That's more business. And I use my Facebook personal page just for that.
All right, so we're going to go down these items real quick. So for that Home Plus program, they cover 3 to 5% in the down payment. You are allowed 6%, 3 to 6% on the seller contribution side. There are income limits. So if there are two of you on the property getting the mortgage, you guys both together can't make more than $92,984 combined. Usually we don't run into that problem because usually people that need down payment assistance
are not making
making
$2,000 a year.
You know.
Yeah. If you do though, I mean, hey, it's,
by all means, take advantage.
Yeah, take advantage of it. Yes.
Price limits are $294,515 for the FHA version, $371,936 for the conventional version. Now, details in that, you can ask me what that means another time, or you can message me as to exactly what FHA is, what conventional is.
But there's options out there. That's all you need to know.
Correct.
And he's the guy to talk to.
I am. You know what I am?
Call
I'm
this
the guy
guy.
to talk to. Call me.
Loans, you call him.
First time home buyer requirement, not necessary. Big newsflash on that one.
Yeah.
Most people think you need to be a first time home buyer to
And that's the
qualify for these
question they tell me.
programs,
Yes.
right?
They always tell me. But I'm not a first time home buyer.
It's
That's
okay. It's okay.
We'll take
You
care of
know,
that.
we'll
Don't
take
worry
care of
about
that.
it.
It is
Yes.
not a requirement of these important programs that the state of Arizona has. So I'm going to repeat it one more time. For the Home Plus program, assistance program that gives you funds for your down payment, first time home buyer requirement, not necessary.
Not necessary.
You heard it here. Minimum FICO score, your credit score, is a 640. Now, not everybody will be in that range right away, but one of the things we're good at is running that credit score and seeing what we have to do in the next 30 to 90 days, preferably, to get you to that point.
And if you need tips on that, refer back to
the guide, episode 3. Was it episode 3?
I think so.
We'll say it's episode 3.
We're gonna say episode 3.
It's titled something about, what is it?
How to raise your credit score in 30 days.
In as little as 30 days.
As little as 30 days. So
those are the titles, way better than I do. There are home buyer education requirements, which isn't a big deal. You just hop online real quick. Might take you 2 hours just to brush through it, so that they make sure you understand the responsibilities of making a house payment, making that house payment on time, and the necessary things you got to do as a homeowner.
I actually had someone tell me, going to that class or the online, I guess online class, what they did is, but they actually said they found it very informative and they actually liked it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone's going to say
that. That was one person. That was one person.
1 out of 100. I'm not, one person. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's definitely, it's going to do its best to teach you.
Yes.
It might not be the funnest thing, but it's a necessary evil for this program.
Yes.
And it's not really that a big deal.
Yeah, no,
they try to make it as user-friendly as possible, but you will have to answer some questions. You will have to do a couple of little quizzes. You will have to probably fill in some blanks.
Yeah.
I went through
Which is not a big deal.
I went through a version of it like 1 or 2 years ago just to see what it was like. It wasn't that bad. Property limitations, there are no manufactured homes are eligible for this program. Unfortunately, that's the reality.
Yep.
And that pretty much covers the Home Plus down payment program. So you guys know it's out there. It's doable. A lot of people do use it. A lot of people need it. And a lot of people qualify. If you think you don't qualify, you're probably wrong.
Yeah.
You're probably wrong.
And by the way, it doesn't cost anything for them to call you and say, hey, do I qualify for this house?
No. Consultations are completely complimentary.
Awesome.
You can call me, text me, message me with any questions. That's what I'm here for. That's what he's here for.
Right.
That's why we're doing this channel, right?
Exactly.
That's why we're doing this live stream.
To inform you, to educate you.
Because
a lot of people are they just don't know about it because they haven't bought a house, which I totally understand. I wouldn't know about these things, but I'm in real estate, so I know. So I'm here to educate you guys and to answer any questions that you guys have, and he is also.
And if you don't qualify for one of these down payment assistance programs, or it's not in the best benefit for you at that time, you're not comfortable with that payment, because there is a higher rate associated with these programs, because the state is giving you funds. You know, and those rates are set by the state. Wallach and Volk doesn't have anything to do with those rates. We can't change them, and in fact, nobody could change those rates. Those are set in stone, but they do change weekly. I get weekly updates as to where that rate's going to sit that day, and right now we're seeing a fluctuation between 5.5% and 5.625%, just so you guys are aware. Now, on the flip side, there are conventional programs that are as little as 3% down. Through a Home Ready program.
3%.
3%.
Just 3. Because I have a lot of people saying, I don't have 20%.
Yeah.
You don't need 20%.
Big misconception. You do not need 20% to get into a home.
Right.
In fact, most people do not put 20% down to get into a home.
They do the minimum, which is what?
Usually,
where I know you have this program.
The minimums are 3 and the 3.5.
Right, exactly.
Right?
So
you
don't need 20% for a home.
For the love of God, people.
Because I get that one a lot. Yeah, you don't need 20% down for a house.
Probably in your better interest to put it down, right?
Yeah,
but
for
it's
sure.
necessary.
But I mean, not many people have 20% just laying around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
So you don't need.
I think I put down 3% on my house, if I'm not mistaken.
And most people do, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. So 3% conventional program, you will have better pricing terms if you do the 3% down conventional. And what I mean by pricing is you will get a lower rate than you probably would in a Home Plus program, right? But you would come out of pocket for that 3% in down payment and closing costs. But usually, Luis is pretty good about factoring seller concessions as making it part of negotiation with his contracts and helping his buyers get some seller paybacks.
Yeah, exactly. Get some seller to help you with the closing costs. If you come in with the down payment, that's when we're talking about situations where the buyer pays hardly any money to get into the house.
So, quick details on this conventional program, then we'll wrap up the lowdown on the lowdown. On the 3% conventional, and just so you guys know, it's called a Home Ready program. There's also a Home Possible program by Freddie Mac. So there is a minimum FICO requirement of 620, less than the Home Plus. The home buyer education is flexible, and there is, though, a one borrower must be the first time home. I said that weird.
Yes.
One borrower must be a first time home buyer
For the conventional 3%?
For the conventional 3%.
Okay.
At least one. And other than that, I think that
Awesome.
wraps it up. Any questions out there, both
I know.
viewers, for down payment assistance or low down payment programs in reference to getting into a home? Now's the time to ask.
I don't have anyone. Besides one of my cousins saying, I have no idea what you're talking about, but keep going. Obviously, he said it in Spanish.
Yeah, I got 6 viewers. Oh, we're at 22 minutes already.
Already?
That
Wow.
went by quick. So it
Let's
doesn't
get down
look like
to-
we're getting too many questions today. I feel like maybe because I'm blowing through it real quick.
Yeah, but we're getting a lot of viewers, so that's good.
Yeah, like I said, we have the guide right here.
We
the
should send this
lowdown on the lowdown.
Can we send this out?
Yeah, we can send this out.
Okay, cool.
If you guys want this, like I said, email us, text us, message us directly on this, and you'll get the guide. And shout out to our the Hollows Grok team out of Flagstaff for coming up with this form and sharing it with the rest of us.
Yep. Cool.
All right. Quick updates on the state of Hispanic homeownership. Speaking of down payment,
I know, right?
one of the biggest obstacles for this demographic happens to be
Down payment.
down payment. Right. Question for the audience. What do you think is the median income for a Hispanic household in the United States right now? We'll see what they came up
I
with.
know, right? We can
is
go
a
back to
call,
it. Yeah.
This is a call to action. We'll see if you guys could guess what the median Hispanic income is in the United States right now.
Or 2017, but right now, yeah, that's
Well, yeah.
Yeah, 20, yeah.
So let me ask you one more time completely. What is the median household income of a Hispanic family in the United States right now? I'll be shocked if somebody gets it.
Yeah, I can guess
And
it.
no cheating. No cheating if you already read this report.
I can guess it.
I'll tell you this much. I wouldn't have guessed that number.
No, me neither. I don't even know what I would have guessed, to be honest.
Here are, according to Fannie Mae, the top 3 obstacles to getting a mortgage for Hispanics. 23% insufficient income for monthly payments, affordability for the monthly payments. 28% affording the down payment, which we covered earlier. And 32% insufficient credit score or history. Aren't all those things that we recently
Yeah.
covered in our episodes?
And to be honest, I mean, that really is exactly those 3. I mean, when I work with buyers or people ask me, about down payment assistance or buying a home, and those 3 are always the issue.
Right, so it's insufficient income to make
Yep.
the monthly payment, affording the down payment, and the credit score. Those are the 3 things that get people stuck in a home ownership, but not to worry, because those are the 3 things we happen to be really good at. So that was 23%, 28%, and 32% for the Hispanic. The general population is 15% feel it's an obstacle in reference to monthly payment, 30% feel it's an obstacle for the down payment, and 27% for credit score.
Yep.
So similarities. What else? Okay.
That's another attitude towards home ownership.
Want to read that one?
Yeah. See, and this is exactly what we're talking about. 56% of Hispanics think that it's difficult to get a home mortgage today. 56%.
56%. So more than half of you out there think it's difficult to get into a mortgage. And for good reason, Mike.
Yeah, so that's 56%. But 81% of you think owning a home is a good investment long term.
Yeah.
So pretty interesting.
So 8 out of 10 of you think it's a good idea to get into a home.
But more than half
But more than half,
it's difficult to get a mortgage today.
yeah. Well, let's be
Let's
honest.
work on that.
Let's be honest, though. It is difficult. It is difficult because you have to meet all these certain criteria.
Yes.
But what's not difficult is sitting down with an expert
Right.
and having them do the work for you. That's
Yeah.
why we're here. It's how we make our living, really. Every industry has their experts. We are the experts in this one, and we're here to help that over 56% of people get into a home.
Yes.
And
What else you
conclusion:
got?
Hispanic homeownership grows since 2012.
It's crazy.
Check this crazy,
It's crazy.
stat
It's
out.
crazy. I had no idea it was growing to that extent. It's
I know.
crazy.
I know.
I read that. It was
Check this out. 59% of total. Let me say it one more
throughout
time.
the U.S.
59% of total homeownership growth in the U.S. is Hispanic.
Yeah, has been by the Hispanic community.
So most of the
That's
growth
unbelievable.
in the United States in the last 5 years, most of homeownership has been done. Most of the homes being bought out there,
have been by Hispanics.
Hispanics.
Unbelievable.
I know. Let that one sink in a little bit. That's
Throughout
so
the
much.
U.S., that's crazy. That's
so much.
I wouldn't.
I didn't know there was that many of us. I mean, I knew there was a lot of us. I knew there was a lot,
What?
but that much to make such a powerful impact.
That
I
is
know that
crazy.
we're outpacing. I probably shouldn't say we, huh?
Yeah.
I should say Hispanics are outpacing every other group in home ownership rate combined.
Mm-hmm.
So every other group combined, the growth rate for Hispanic home ownership is right here. And it's probably because we live right next door everywhere, right? And we have places like LA, which is basically Mexico.
Yeah, basically.
But I think, well, if nobody else has questions, I want to give a
We'll be
shout
at
out
30 minutes.
to everybody that joined in today. I know we went over a lot of things today, and we went over it quickly.
Yes.
Maybe too quickly. But like I said,
It was a lot of information.
every time we do one of these episodes, we do it with the vision of getting better, with the vision of reaching more people out there, not only in Arizona, but in California, and with the vision of never being one of those live streams that when you see pop up, you don't want to click on it.
Yeah.
We never want to be something that pops up on your feed and it's almost nagging.
Right.
Right?
If it gets to that point, let us know.
Yeah,
please.
let us know. Let us know.
Yes.
We'll change it up. But please like, comment,
Comment.
share, and it goes a long way, guys. Thanks for
Yes.
tuning in. That's the wrap for me.
Thank you.
Adrian Hernandez with Wallach and Volk, and
Luis Gonzalez with the Remax Renaissance. We'll see you guys next Thursday.
with some better content.
Cotton.
I'm all messed up today. See you guys later. We're
All
out.
right, guys. Thanks.